I'll share with you a bit about what is actually possible to do today for Vietnam. If you deploy the best gas turbine technology, 62+%, you will actually create over 25 years, 8.4 billion of value, economical value, because these gas turbines will use less fuel. That's because they have 5% better efficiency. You could also deploy the latest ultra-supercritical clean coal boilers, which will give 3% better efficiency, 8% better availability, and $5 billion of value for the country. Or you can invest in existing plants. 3% efficiency improvement, 8% more availability, and $3 billion. All of this is huge money. Or we can upgrade the T&D, reducing the losses with 2%, less interruptions, creating a value of 2.4 billion. This is again just the traditional technologies where if we apply the latest technology, we can make that improvements. But we talked about transformation, the digital transformation. If we add digital on the traditional technologies, on a combined cycle, on a coal-fired power plant, on an existing plant, or on the T&D, we have calculated that for gas turbines it could mean 1.4 billion additional value for the country. Very similar for the coal, and around 3 billion for your existing fleet. And for transmission, 30% reduction. That is transformational. But that is not the end of transformation, because that's only talking about the individual technologies. It doesn't talk about the potential of digital at the end of the day. And I don't even have a value for that. Because if you start optimizing every plant, the transmission lines, the consumer, the supply of resources, oil and gas, and from a digital point of view, simulate what is the most optimal solutions, which we're not capable of doing today. But when everything gets connected, that becomes possible. And I can't put a value. I simply can't put a value. When is it? Is it 2 years from now? Is it 5 years? Is it 10 years? I can't tell you. The only thing, it's coming. It's going to be possible for us to optimize the energy ecosystem in a way none of us, I think, in this room can imagine. Who imagined that we would have, self-driven cars coming just a few years from now? And that likely these cars very soon will start speaking to each other, which is not the technology they're working on today, but a few years from now, likely the cars will speak to each other. They don't need us, and they will just drive around, and there will be no accident anymore, because when they communicate to each other, likely that will eliminate the possibility for accidents. Present technology doesn't work like that, but that's what is possible at the end of the day, that we will start having the assets speaking to each other and figuring out what is the most optimal way of running this ecosystem. So 25 billion of potential savings over the next 25 years, at the end of the day, should result in the most affordable power, sustainable, and reliable. Just a very quick, and that's to set the scene for some of the panel discussions later on. If we just look at the sustainability, similar things, deploying the best gas turbines, latest technology, 2 million tons of CO2 reduction. On the coal, considerably more, 11.4 million tons per year. An existing plant, 5.5, and upgrading 1.9. And again here, there is a potential for the digital optimization, ending up with more than 30 tons of potential CO2 reduction. 48% of Vietnam's COP21 target. So lots of possibilities, lots of challenges ahead.